Hello, welcome to Subterrain Mines of Titans, where we will actually be leaving the mines in Titan. Now, depending on your choice, you can have some really interesting endings, but most of them will be bad. For example, they are split into two parts, the ship one and the train one, but they further branch out because the train one will have a lot more endings, and so will the other one, because you have to make a few choices over there. So expect a lot of nonsense, and to be honest, you can just boil down the endings to 3 endings. You save everyone and live with everyone, you save everyone for a few more minutes and nobody leaves the planet. So those are the 3 possible endings. As you can see, it's not really a choice of what you'll do, it's more like how fast do you want to finish the game, because if you choose the train one, it's definitely going to be a lot faster, but it's also going to be the bad ending. And I like that the developers gave you this option over here. You just have to put the modified fuel canisters inside. You just have to come here to the train, take one, and then you can craft them. And let's begin. Sadly, I had to delete my video that was 3 hours long, just because I made a few mistakes when I was editing some stuff, and then I realized I had more options. You have to open the tracks. Need a warden keycard. I don't exactly remember where I got it, but I think it was from storage. Let me see. Not in hidden room. I think it was even on this level. Yeah. I got it from somewhere over there. Open. Yes. Such a cool animation. Yes. That also is lowered and the train is closed. The lights are so bright. But yeah, this is definitely a bad ending, and there are only a few endings where you actually escape, so I'm not sure what the developers are planning to do with the game. But it seems like you don't really fix any of the major problems just by, finishing the game, and you'll see what we mean when we reach them. There will be a few enemies attacking you over here, so be prepared for total combat. You have to defend the 4 fuel canisters, but this is kind of an interesting mechanic because they could make this a mini-game on its own. Oh, I forgot I should not get close to this part of the train. Okay, you only have to survive for 20 turns. I don't know. Seems like this fight should have been going on for 40 turns or even 50 turns. I don't know, I guess the developers kind of rushed certain parts of the game and this should have been more fleshed out. Fending off so many monsters along the way was exhausting and wasted crucial supplies. Even in your few moments of respite, you constantly felt this nagging feeling that doing this alone was a mistake. Yes. The train power supply flashed red, indicating no more fuel. Returning to the camp is impossible. Echoes of the train while it pours down. Your flashlight reveals dozens of dead bodies scattered on the ground. Long dried blood is smeared everywhere, and too many severed body parts are flung around for an accurate death count. Yeah. So we're not really safe at headquarters either. 0 life signs detected, but I detect faint traces of more creatures on the premises, most likely also falling through the tunnels. For train phase, no barricades or the safety measures as we approach the headquarters, so this area is seemingly defenseless. Headquarters has been asleep for a long time. Could waking it up restore defense protocols? So yeah, let's see if we can restore defense protocols. More cutscenes. Be careful because the game can get stuck at this point. Was leaving behind camp hygiene the right choice? Well, it's too late now. One-way mission was also made sense at the time, but keeping my friends safe from the horrors I know I'll face at headquarters. But it also means I may never make it back. Also, if you leave with the train, it's pretty clear that the camp will be destroyed because there's no way they'll be able to get more resources to survive while they wait for rescue, which they don't even know if it's coming or not. They've been abandoned twice now, and this time it's on me. Maybe it serves me right. The underground monsters instantly noticed my interest in the train and became an ever-present obstacle to repair the train. I'm lucky I brought enough ammo and weapons to survive this trip, and also that's the funny part. You have to bring a lot of weapons and ammo to survive this trip, you'll see why. Very cool over here. Communication was cut a few months before Ida opened the cryotube. Operating in the dark has become my second nature now, but now I'm returned to the heart of his entire operation. The question remains, did the higher-ups attack headquarters doom Camp Hygiene to Solitude on purpose, or did they suffer an even worse fate? So yeah, maybe they were trying to protect us and they cut all connections with Camp Hygiene so they wouldn't know where we are, or I don't know. You'll find out more as we play. By the way, use the WSD buttons to move if you're having problems over here. Now, I know for a fact there is nothing to see or to do over here. You can try and explore every room a little bit more, because you might get a tag. But I already got the tags. So picking them up will not give me any more info. Or progression, see? I'm not sure what all of the tags are. I think you have to play the game a few times in order to get all of them, because it seems like it's random what you get. But you only get that tag every time you play. Every time you reload the mission. So it's not really well explained, but I assume you have to play the game 2 or 3 times to get all of the tags. Reloading the game doesn't change the tag in that location. Wow. Eh, well. These guys are very strong, so don't mess around with them. One more is coming. Yeah, these guys are very tough. Just think about it, I have the best armor, the best protection possible, and they still hurt me quite a bit. Also searched everywhere in this area and there's nothing for you to see. Like I said, maybe you get an ID tag 1 per room, but I'll not explore everything again because there's nothing to see. Oh, I like it. This looks so jury-rigged. Cables running out of the floor. As for the map itself, well, you have a few maps over here, but they are more or less the same thing. You can choose the left path or the right path. The left path is to the storage area, the right path is to the residential area. The residential area will make it harder for you to fight because the enemies can close the distance without you seeing them. This is the easier part. Well, I guess if you're playing as a melee, you want to choose the right side. But again, there's not much difference into this anyway. Oh wow. Huh. They're actually a little stronger than I remember it. I guess it's also based on your luck, and in how many turns you manage to preserve. Remember, they'll break your bones. That will lower your abilities quite a bit. Now we can go, like I said, on the right side as well, but there's no point because everything leads to the same area more or less. Out of ammo. Yeah, and if you take the right path, you'll go straight through there. See? Okay, now let's reload because we need to reload and be prepared for the next challenge. Depending on how advanced your character is, I'm maxed out, by the way. Look at my character. He's level 45, which is the max he can get. Let me see my critical chance. 143. Almost 1 in 3 hits will be a critical, so that's quite a bit. Mostly because of the way I play the game. I also want to choose another skill over here. Keep forgetting about it. Burst shot. Now, you should save over here because here we'll have a few choices, and the choices will not be obvious once you start playing, but you'll see that they're actually slightly different versions of the ending, and some of them will be a little better. And we have an AI, a massive AI designed to streamline the entire tech operation on Titan. I'm pleased to see you finally made your way to me. You know me? I don't trust to say, we should be careful. Yeah, he shut down my inferior AI. You and I must have a conversation. Your inferior AI is not necessary. Inferior AI, so that makes you what? A superior AI? Affirmative. I am Tech's primary AI. If you want someone to sound evil, just make them say affirmative. I have controlled Titan since the beginning. It's not boasting to say I'm superior, it's just a simple fact. Well, that's true. I have watched your progression. I'm impressed. You've proven to be quite formidable. Formidable would mean we are enemies. Are we enemies here? The decision is yours to make, but just hearing all the information beforehand, I would hate to have to eliminate you when I have the opportunity to handle this peacefully. Can you agree to that? It's like a false choice, conversation or death. Intelligent observation. Well, go on, I'm listening. So the red lights on the wall, meaning on the thing, are blinking green now, solid green. You feel like the AI was ready to take you out at any moment, not at the beginning. So Tech sought ways to colonize, to settle Titan as it had many other planetary bodies before this one. The text is kind of poorly translated in some places, so I'll try to make up for it when I can. The research lasted decades, but tech scientists hit roadblocks every time. Then, 33 years ago, a meteor veered off its projected trajectory and struck Titan. That impact altered Titan's orbit and disrupted Saturn's magnetic pull on its moon. This seemingly inconsequential orbital change made it possible for Tech to establish terraforming operation. Ground was broken, or dug up, or they started working. At my construction, a short 2 months later, was finished. So he was built in only 2 months because Tech had planned everything years in advance. They only needed an opportunity to present itself. So their preparedness must be a major factor. Affirmative. But being first is only one part of the equation. There was no way for our teams to know what we'd face on Titan. This is the part of a story where you, the superior AI, launched terraforming nanobots into the atmosphere that eventually went haywire. Affirmative. As the primary AI, I am responsible for the control and manufacturing of all terraforming nanobots. However, the reason for their malfunction was not predictable by my operational algorithms. The nanobots worked as designed until they made contact with the aforementioned meteor. Hidden inside the impact crater, I found traces of alien DNA. Aliens! Yeah, of course. The alien biome has began to mutate, only accelerated by the introduction and eventual assimilation of nanobot clusters into its DNA. I continued to observe it from afar for 56 days, and the alien lifeform learned to mass produce itself, each time evolving into a more advanced organism, and eventually it gained sentience, which is when I identified as a threat. Contact with hostile intelligent alien life overrides Tech protocol in my imperative. The biomass could not be allowed to overrun the moon or attempt to return to Earth. How did you know it was not peaceful? Your first thought was to try and kill it? The biomass had already spread in the ability to mass produce, coupled to the human level intelligence. I projected an 84.72% chance it will evolve into a hostile invasive species. Well, technically, the invasive hostile species, but hey. If the biomass reached Earth, it could potentially end humanity itself. 84% doesn't leave a lot of room for error, and it looks like you're right, since the aliens mutated the crew of the last settlement. Or did they? Negative. The biomass did not alter your crew. I did. What? This is all your fault, how could you? You better explain yourself. I will. The larger the biomass grew, the more terraforming nanobots it was able to assimilate. Each cluster lost to the alien increased the life form's power tenfold. To save humanity, I targeted the remaining nanobots to mutate the DNA of anything living on the surface, including tank employees. Fight fire with fire, as humans say. No, that's a terrible idea. Each of them became a weapon capable of potentially destroying the alien life form. It was the only option. No, there were about a million other things you could have tried. That's true. Negative, you're limited. I cannot complete the tremendous task before me. My plan provided the highest success probability. That's also true. It's not its fault. It's only an AI. I guess it just took the best decision according to its algorithms and its permissions given to it by tech headquarters. So, and it's not really a sentient life form, this AI. It's just trying to figure out the best solution. In this case, the best solution was horrible. And it makes you a monster. Every sacrifice was a necessary cause. Morality has no bearing when humanity's very existence is in jeopardy. Unfortunately, the alien biomass has bested my previous creations at every turn, and that is why you are important. We finally reached that damn point even after killing everyone, you still couldn't finish the job. You need me, right? Affirmative. As I said, I have watched your progress. When operations in camp hygiene commence, I move my creations underground. I hope the new humans would have brought technology capable of upgrading my system to finally defeat the life form. Instead, they uncovered your pod, and you became the key to my plan. And this is where the story has a lot of plot holes. I mean, what were we doing in the pod there? What happened to us? Well, I guess you could simply explain it away because they wanted to keep me safe or something, but that's not really what happened. We don't know. You have defeated my most powerful creations. You learn how to utilize nanostones to your advantage. Your unique nanobot configuration makes you the only human capable of eliminating the alien threat once and for all. My help, I could never trust you. An explosion in the far distance. What are you up to? Was that you? Negative. The alien biomass has reached its critical form and requires more nanobots to fully evolve. This explosion came from the nanobot manufacturing chamber. The alien will become unstoppable if not destroyed right now. You are adverse to my solution, but in turn I cannot allow you to leave Titan without dealing with the alien first, so you have only two options before you. Join you, affirmative, or destroy you for what you've done. Final choice is yours. False choice. Now, since you took the coward's way out of the mission or out of the game, you wanted to end the game faster and you left everyone behind, it will also accept the AI's help because that's what the coward does. Yeah. Your trust is inconsequential. Your unique nanobots are what I need to destroy the alien. Make your way to the modification pod to my right. There I can provide a much needed advantage for the upcoming battle. Modifications like you did to everyone else on Titan. You are resistant to mutations caused by my terraforming nanobots. This is how you survive for this long. The alien biomass, however, has accumulated a large number of nanobots. Nanomachines, son. My modification will upgrade your clusters with the ability to withstand other nanobots. Will give you a combat chance, yes. Hurry. Yeah, step into the pod. Step inside the modification pod and the doors enclose you, but here it reminds you of the pod Ida used to reconfigure your nanobots. The pod fills with chemical fumes. You instinctively try to hold your breath, but your body eventually allows the mist to enter your lungs. Resistance will only delay the process. Please allow the machine to perform its duty. It would have been funny if it said, would you kindly allow the machine to perform its duty? This machine is responsible for mass murder, and what's stopping it from adding one more to its body count? The AI seems to be just as desperate as you are, but is that enough? That's us over there, by the way. We are weak and in pain. As the nanobots finishing rewriting your DNA, you now feel stronger than ever. What exactly did you do to me? Your nanobots are now capable of destroying other clusters, similar to antimatter. Now go and destroy the alien biomass. And when I'm done, what then? If you succeed, I'll accomplish my goal of saving humanity from the alien threat. This occurs, I will grant you administrative control of tech quarters and access to the spaceport. The future will be in your hands. Then I have an alien to slay. We have an alien. Ah, you're back. While inferior, your AI might still prove useful against the alien. Now go. And you get a buff over here, titanium enhancement. So you just get a little strength, a little endurance, and I say a little because there's not really a lot of stat points they give you. Nano regeneration is plus 100%, but nano resistance plus 50. That will actually be a little more helpful, but again, it's not such a groundbreaking thing. So let's go outside and fight the enemy. Sadly, there are not a lot of items over here, so you better make sure you have a lot of ammo. That's another key card that I already took. Yeah, the story is quite good, so it was actually trying to destroy the alien threat, but I guess that's one of the dangers of being so far into space and not having enough security or enough technology to advance something. This feels like we're on the roof, but like it said, we're in the nanobot chambers. I mean, look at this. This is a huge manufacturing hall. Even though the wind makes it sound like we're on the roof. But this is the nanobot chamber. Alien, horrifying the human. I don't know. One of the reasons I didn't play Prey is because the aliens were not solid, and this is one of the things I don't like about enemies in a game. Make them solid. This is nonsense. They should be able to form a solid alien life form. Just a dust cloud, in my opinion. The creature is made out of millions of life forms, each also attached to several nanobots. It is less a single alien and more like an alien swarm working together. Detailed analytics are turning with errors. Will weakening it telecast more? Yes, fewer alien infected nanobots. The shopping my scanner will help as well. But that's horrible because that's an alien life form with human terraforming nanobots fused to it, so it's a cyborg alien, which sounds terrible. So let's use our water spray. Doesn't do a lot of damage just because your resistance is so ridiculously high. Pew, pew, pew. Survival mode. Protect AI's DNA duplication scheme, no details. So, oh, okay, so the nanostone was actually a copy of the alien, okay. This new form is near invincible, but requires massive energy to maintain. So, okay. Yeah, I don't know. You just have to attack it. Change weapons. It will also change back. It has a few attacks, but don't worry. only be a problem if you're a melee fighter. You can also summon little aliens. But it doesn't seem like you can corrupt the little aliens, no matter how hard I try to use this ability. It resists. I think you cannot use it on the normal aliens in the mines. Okay, so this is the worst ending almost, because you accept the help of the AI and you destroy the alien with the help of the AI. That's us in the pod, by the way. A clear choice made itself apparent. Joining forces with the attack AI, even after the horrendous torture and death, it actually points it very well. Horrendous torture and death it extracted on the people of Titan. For destroying it as a matter of principle and justice. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. We agreed to the genetic modification administered by the tech AI to save humanity from the alien creature inhabiting Titan. It was on the warpath attempting to gather power to unknown ends. The grim battle commenced. We destroyed the alien threat. And the alien dissolved molecule by molecule. The tech AI voice booms with a vital declaration, revealing another more sinister aspects of its machinations. In the most simplistic terms, Neyreyan was no longer a human, however, forever altered on a fundamental level. Yeah. If you're going to fight fire with fire, that means we become almost an alien, and we're almost as dangerous as this alien. While our intentions might be good for now, they don't. I mean, the AI cannot guarantee we will be remaining as a human for long, or that will not simply turn on humanity. The tech AIs mimic the alien's DNA structure to create a perfect weapon to destroy it. Fight fire with fire, one might say, but you still have one fire left, so we didn't put out all of the fires. While it promised passage of Titan, it was a calculated lie to incentivize falling in line. So we are now an alien-human hybrid. Cassini says, I'm sorry, living was always the goal, but it's okay to still hope it served the greater goal, right? No, it's not. We cannot return to Camp Hygiene because we came here with a train and we didn't have fuel. With no other way to know the fate of the residents at Camp Hygiene, the tech AI graciously agrees to aid their survival as best it can. Now that the alien threat has been resolved, the first action was to destroy its creations since they serve no further purpose. Meaning the mutants in the mines are destroyed, so the camp can actually go and harvest resources on their own. Communications with Camp Hygiene continue to malfunction, however, all that we can do is hope the others survived. Titan was safe from the alien threat, but at what cost? Work began to establish communication with the camp again. But until we establish communication with the colony again, we only have the company of 2 AIs, which sounds horrible. Otherwise, existing alone at tech headquarters man losing track of the days at times. Sure, it cut down on supplies utilization, but being the only person around can only take so much isolation. Their days are filled with training, facility repairs, bouts of loneliness, and scientific experiments to test the limits of our new alien DNA and the potential threat it might pose to others. It's kind of like the worst. Work, loneliness, and experiments to test the DNA, or how far we have gone. Looking up at Earth, it became unclear whether turning to humanity's homeworld could be possible again. Is Titan all there is now? Yes, only time will tell. And roll credits. Okay, we'll see the credits a little bit for the first time, because there are not a lot of people that actually work on the game. Now, as you can see, this is one of the worst endings, just because you save Titan from the alien. But you also destroy the mutants, the entire mutants, because they are no longer needed. But at the same time, that's not a guarantee the survivors on the colony will be able to gather more resources from the mine, because keep in mind the mines were pretty dangerous even without the mutants. And since we don't really have new equipment, I guess it's still unclear if they'll survive long enough until we restore communications with them. And the tech AI said that it will help them, but it didn't really mention how. And they might also be infected by nanobots to some degree. So that was kind of like the bitter-sweet ending, where you just become a full mutant. Not only a mutant, you also become an alien mutant. Not only that, you simply are too dangerous to be left alone. So let's see the other option. Remember, this is the train option. So you can accept the AI's help or you can destroy it. So let's destroy it. You seem the key to defeating an alien monster, but you are the true monster. What you have done cannot be forgiven. I must destroy you. The blinking red lights turn solid red. The AI has officially deemed you an enemy of humanity, which you become either way if you accept to work with the AI. Oh, hello there. That's a cool looking robot. It's actually huge. It's probably 2 times taller than us, so it must be about 4 meters in height. Look at those Mega Man arms. Must be hard for it to build anything. The machine of death wears as its limbs unfold, it lurches forward and sets its gaze of multiple eyes upon you. Yeah, it has about 4 eyes, I think. But you hold your composure. Fancy name for something that is about to become a pile of trash, the Titanian. The Titanian is a prototype. Whoa! The prototype designed to fight the alien issue proved difficult. It's forged from millions of nanobots that destroy classes outside its zone. In other words, any advantage you previously gained from the nanobots is useless against the Titanian. Your body actively rejects the Titanian's presence. Everything it tells you to run. Titanian attack. So the floor is so shiny, it actually has a little bit of a reflection over there. Yes, if you're thinking about it, this creature is actually a little stronger than the alien. You also don't have the buff against it. Not much of the fight, is it? Well, I guess I'll show you the fight a little better next choice. Storm goes start before emergency power kicks in. The AI within the Titanian has been defeated. And that's it, you don't have to destroy the AI itself. But it kind of looks humanoid. I'm not sure if it had human components in it. Could be. Cassini, you're back, yes. The suppression has been removed. I need some options. The alien is indeed on its way to the nanobot chamber. Can win against the thing? There's a 44% chance the alien will self-destruct if allowed to consume unlimited nanobots. The chain reaction might destroy tech headquarters and the alien. Yes, we have another fight ahead of us. There's another choice, but I'm reluctant to share it. Well, the direction is to just escape, so as you can see, this AI will actually help us. We cannot always access to the spaceport and a shuttle with enough fuel for a one-way trip. It's not very clear why you cannot simply go to the ship and rescue Camp Hygiene and then all go back. Well, I guess, yeah, it kind of makes sense if you think about it. There will not be enough time because the alien will notice what you're doing and will try to stop you at the ship as well. Even if we leave it, the alien might self-destruct anyway. We will battle the alien life form, because that's part of the choice. We've taken down one monster, leaving just one more to go. It's a creature even a tech I could not defeat. Glad we cannot loot the robot. Before you go, you probably want to make sure you're filled up with stuff. Alien creature. There are some medical supplies over here, in case you need them. And this is going to be a little more tricky, because now we're actually a little weaker. But it can still be done, so don't worry about that. Well, I'm a bit worried about that, so let's just save over here. Yeah, I played the game so much last night. I know the options, and this is probably the hardest scenario, almost the hardest. And it's the same information, but you don't have the buff. Wish I had more of these things with me. Or barely scratching it. Okay, now it's ready. We can defeat it pretty easy. It didn't have a lot of health left. But as you can see, it's a gamble. It depends on how many critical hits you hit. There, we did it. And everyone is safe, right? Right? No, it's not. It's not going to be cool. You'll see why. So, please just a little recap of what was happening. Titan was free of all significant threats, but it's time to go home. Cassini says that she remotely programs the shuttle's launch sequence. Moving go slow, going through tech headquarters. Nothing stands in your way. Neyreyan stood alone in a tower of death with all possible allies left behind. But what about returning to the camp? What will become of them? The alien was destroyed and the heinous sections of the TKI were avenged. However, the TKI kept the mutated and contagious creatures from taking over the surface. In a way, because they still attacked the reactor. Without the AI manipulations, those monsters were now simple wandering beasts, and their return to the surface and invasion of camp hygiene was inevitable. Not a matter of if, but when. And they still tell us about the train. Camp hygiene is doomed, and there's only one person to blame. We'll return to Earth alone, accepting this fate and hobbling to the shuttle. Oh, the illuminated now burning sun flashed in an attempt to become a beacon of hope, the last depressing experience Titan has to give. More than enough time to get the story straight, because we'll have a lot of time. How did all of this happen? Why was everyone else left to die? and will be expected to answer for it all. Again, this doesn't make sense. Why would they expect us? We're just lucky to have escaped. And yeah, if you do it like this, camp hygiene will be destroyed by the mutants because there's no one to keep them in check. Okay, we have one more choice over here. Not battling the creature and simply going back home. Also, I want to show you more of the fight with the Titanian. Now, as you can see, this is a much worse choice in a way, because now, if you just leave it like this, the camp will be destroyed. At least in the other option, the AI helped the camp survive. For how long that would be, I don't know. But at least it kept the monsters underground and it helped the camp with whatever resources it had. And it basically became a slave to this AI. And you're never going to leave. By the AI. This is an elevator, by the way. It looks so cool. I wish there was a scenario where we could use the Titanian to destroy the alien. I don't know why they don't give you this option. This should be another option. Fight the alien with the Titanian. But I guess the AI thinks you are able to do it alone and will not waste it, since it's plan B. I don't know. Yeah, there are a lot of plot holes, but overall the game is great. Oh, it blocked a lot of hits this time. Okay, like I promised, we'll get to see more of its attacks. I like this one a lot. It opens its chest and it does that. It also heals. Does a lot of interesting things. I'm not sure how that ground and pound smash attack works, but yeah, maybe we'll get to see it another time. But it's a good fight. Now, battle the alien form, and the last option is to just leave. I quit, I give up. You can do whatever you like. No gifts or persuasion will bring back the people it murdered to enact its crusade against the Titans. Against Titan's alien problem. After all, people are unstable chess pieces to be sacrificed on a whim. The TK brought a robotic prototype, the Titanium, to maintain control of the situation, but failed. The battle was harrowing and ultimately proved fruitless. I thought it was all more eyes. Yeah, the best solution was to get out of here. It's not very clear what we were doing in the colony in the first place. I mean, were we just a worker? Were we part of the security? Were we corporate? So we went to the launch pad, but since the alien was still alive, it actually got to the ship and clawed its way through the floor and got to the ship. As the building crumbled, spontaneous fires erupted to block the path, and the alien inched closer and closer. And we closed the... okay, and we entered the shuttle. Slamming the emergency button repeatedly seemed an excellent way to shut the doors, and it worked within seconds. Just in time to stop the alien from making it inside as well. So the alien was beating on our door. And we launched into space, but couldn't... the alien couldn't break the armor of the ship, basically, and the alien was engulfed in the combustion below. The fire, well, actually the energy dispersed by our engines and probably the building collapsing, so yeah. While the tech AI was destroyed and the alien evaded, it was an opportunity for us to rest. All we could do is hope the alien was actually destroyed by the rocket's combustion. The level of all-consuming destruction caused by the rocket's flame ultimately spelled doom for the future of camp hygiene. A generous estimation from Cassini gave an 8% probability of the camp's survival without our help, which fell further to 2% if a single atom of the alien DNA still existed. So the camp only has a 2% chance of actually being alive after we left. No one will survive anyway. Yeah. Well, it's not my fault. They only resurrected me to save them, not to do anything else. And I saved them from the monsters below. The chip will be a long one, but... this is my favorite animation from the game. The cool black void of space as dying stars shine from light years away. A single alien cell rests on the shuttle headed towards Earth. So I guess there was a single alien cell that was on the shuttle when the alien attacked the ship. But this shows the fridge opening and something coming out of it. So I don't know, I guess they meant to say the alien might have gotten a cell inside of the ship when it was trying to attack us through the door and the door suddenly closed. Just imagine the alien infiltrated the ship with a few nanobots before the doors closed, hermetically closed, and then those nanobots formed a single alien cell, because you need more nanobots for a single alien cell. And then it went into the fridge. And also the shields that provided safety from space wouldn't allow us to scan anything. So the shuttle hull is the perfect place to undergo mitosis. Again, it's not very clear why they chose this image with this certain text, because it makes it sound like the cell is outside of the ship, but that would be highly unlikely since it would probably freeze to death or just, get detached from the ship. Just imagine it like I said, it's in the freezer, like this shows. The single cell won't be around for too long, and it cannot wait to visit humanity's homeworld. Yes. As you can see, that's one of the very, very, very bad endings. Probably the worst ending you can get. But now let's go with the ship version. And this one will be a little more interesting. Sadly, it will even be more time consuming than the other ones. Simply because you will need to go through more cutscenes and you will also need to do some other things. You'll see what I mean. Okay, we are ready. Already have everything ready for it. I mean, for this option you just have to upgrade the ship, which just basically repairs it. It's time, gather everyone. It's funny, I stopped a little bit to think about when he says everyone. You'll see what I mean when you read the credits about everyone. Do you need help packing? No, I wanted to tell you how thankful I am. You have changed everyone's life on Titan. Yes. Pulls out her data pad. Connecting the stasis pod on the headquarters system might give a better chance of finally logging its data. Again, that's one of your side goals. It's not really mentioned in the quest anywhere, but we need to find out more information about ourselves. And if we connect the stasis pod with headquarters systems, we have a better chance of finding out the data from it. Yeah, medical achievements and so on, blah blah blah. Now it's time for a speech. The camp assembles. You can read if you want. It's just going to be a lot of hard. I mean, it's cool that the developers introduced this because you actually feel good about helping the people while going alone with the train feels so sad and empty. Okay, all aboard the school bus. We're going on a road trip. Really, the developers didn't make a pixel effect for the ship taking off. As you can see, it only lights off, lights on, dust, but the engines are not working. The gear goes underneath the ship, which is great. Oh, I think the lights turn on only if you leave during the night. I don't know, maybe. As you can see, there are no engine effects not even known, but we'll see some engine effects in the cutscene next. I just like all of the details they put. They didn't have to do it, but they still went the extra mile for it. Also, that's the gas, the fuel for the ship, the hydrogen fuel. I think we had to make 6 for it, and they're on the outside. They're just basically fuel canisters with wires running to the reactor. That's scary, the reactor of the ship. Okay, is everyone okay there? I got extra padding to help me, but the skinny people look relatively unharmed. Again, this is a bad translation. I think that he should have said, I got extra padding to help me, but the skinny people look a little harmed. It's supposed to be a joke. I don't think I'm part of the skinny people, but I'm also okay. See, this is what the translations kind of missed the joke. Yeah, they mixed some things around and it doesn't make sense, so... I don't know. Extra padding means we have a good cook. Don't know the contamination levels. So they send us alone because they don't know the contamination levels or what's there. So the security team will not be coming with us. It would be funny. Any chance of the security team backing me up, Claudia? Sorry. You can rescue people out there. Consider the fourth hell until you return though. It gives you a big hug. Well, I guess a hug makes everything feel better. I have plenty of food and water. I'm here crossing my toes. That's kind of funny because they just say, go ahead, we'll protect the ship, we have plenty of food and water, we don't worry for you. See, this is the cutscene where they actually show the ship engine. That's why I keep mentioning it. Because if in the right choice to bring everyone along with us, even though it's still a one-sided mission. This is the same thing we had from the train. I just like all of the jury rigging done to the ship overall. This is definitely not able to fly in space. There's nothing over here if you're wondering. I searched it for ID tags, but there's no ID tag either. I guess this is a missed opportunity from the developers. No, I guess I was wrong. I was definitely wrong. I should have explored this a little better. Huh. Oh well, now I have it. What can I say? It's also slightly different. You cannot go there, you can just take the elevator. So instead of going up, you actually go down this time. And if you remember, that's I think one of the elevators we used to come up, I don't know. It will be the same thing. This skill. Yeah, I really wish the aliens would not be floating nanobots. Because that kind of takes away from the scare factor, because the mutants are so much more scary looking than these things. And I think we'll just take the same route more or less. Let's go on the right side this time. Yeah. Well, still a lot of enemies. And you just find a lot of tiny rooms all over the place, because this is a residential area. Wait, how do I get out of here? Oh, through the market, okay. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, so this is a little harder for someone who's not a melee user, but I imagine that's the whole purpose of this. Nope. Still nope. Aha, you cannot follow me here. Okay, let's do a proper reload. Gun check. And let's save the game again, because we still have the same options more or less. So we'll start with the same options. We'll accept the AI's help. Even though it's unclear why it really needs our help. Also, notice how the AI never mentions other humans, so I guess that's one of the problems. This should mention all of the other humans. It should give us an option to fight alongside the Titanian and the humans and everything against the creature. That would be funny. Accept the AI's help. Go. And I think it has enough endings. I just wish the game would, I don't know, be a little more interesting. It will give you kind of hints of what will happen here, and give you a little more options how to fight the robot or the alien. Still have the buff. It's kind of like everything we need. It also doesn't make sense that the infection is spreading in the mines if the tech headquarters AI is controlling the infection and the infected, the mutants. Why does it let the infection spread in the mines again? A lot of plot holes, but it's a good crafted story. Well, it will try to attack us and we'll just try to use X body spray. Had enough? Yeah, as you can see, we did a lot less damage this time. Yes, I guess it's mostly RNG based. You can miss it. It's a scary attack. So the alien can summon minions, can light an arrow on fire, can use that AoE attack, teleport away, can do a lot of other things. Be very, very careful of the burning attack, that's the one that really kills you. It's time to end this. As you can see, playing with the rifle, it's easy mode. Okay. Their choice was apparent. Here we ignore it. Now we save the planet, the moon. Because we killed the alien. Asking Cassini to patch communication through to Ida. Okay, we needed to go to the shuttle. Your bioscans are through the roof, so how are you speaking so softly? You sound like you're not coming with us, Ida says, but communications are abruptly cut to avoid prolonged emotional goodbyes. What? This may not be the nicest way to leave things, but the people of Camp Hygiene may not go wild if they hold on to someone who cannot accompany. Okay, so they're suggesting that they might not leave if they know they cannot take us with them. They're better off, though. The sense of Camp Hygiene and the hope of better humanity. Okay, so they live with the hope of the entire human race with them from Titan. As the rumble of its engines fades into distance, Neyreyan was reminded of the situation and began settling into a life of solitude. You and me against the world, Cassini. Right? Right. The goal became rebuilding Titan into the beacon of human ingenuity it was initially meant to be. Existing alone at headquarters was difficult, but there was still something to fight for. Still, it cut down supply. Okay. Yeah, will anyone return to Titan? That's a good question. I guess they don't mention the AI not allowing us to live or something. Maybe you can read more about the characters. I think a big part of the characters will have quests for you, and if you do the quest, they'll feel better, or some of them will survive. You can also get a lot of them killed. You will see in the next video. Not in the next video, the next option. Some of them will just continue to work. Some of them will actually go after tech headquarters. Not headquarters, but they'll go after the corporation because they will sue the corporation or they will proceed to dismantle it, destroy it, whatever. Because they still are unhappy with what happened. Oh, they still have the seeds from the mine. That's great. Okay. Okay. What about... yeah, she was the one with the photographs. Yeah, sell millions of books. Yeah, like I said, this is the longer version. Everyone was safe. You cannot skip this part, you don't have a quick skip. because the developers wanted you to see this, but I guess they didn't really. Oh, look at this guy, Tao. Left Tao. It hadn't down on anyone until after boarding the shuttle, but the group left Tao in his cell back at Camp Hygiene. There's no way he survived. And this is the weird part. I mean, looks like the best option to save Tao is to just not arrest him. And that's weird because that means you have to fail a quest on purpose so that you can save him in the end, which is a bit weird. I think the developer should modify that quest so even if you arrest him, he'll still be back with you on the shuttle and you'll still be taking him back to Earth. This guy is kind of like the leader of what happened, the leader of Camp Hygiene, but as you can see, he wants to be another bureaucrat. He wants to be part of the corporation again. I don't know, looking straight to the tech corporate office to demand answers. Yeah, I like that. Dalton, yeah, be like Dalton. Make Earth a better place to live. He's the one that helped us arrest Tao. Yeah. Anyway, it kind of drags on for a long time, and you will remember some of the NPCs because you do their quests, but the other ones are not even going to show up on your radar. Arrogance. That was better at hiding his true intention. By the way, I did all of the quests that were available in the game, and I think I solved them 100% more or less. So that's all you could do for these characters, as you can see. Now let's go for the other options. Now we'll choose the bad option first, which is destroying the robot and then just leaving, and you'll see what happens if you do that. Remember to fortify the reactors. Yes, we'll remember. I guess the AI doesn't have full control of the mutants down Camp Hygiene because some of them still come up. I guess they only come up after they have a critical mass of bodies and they need to spend those bodies or whatever. They have too many mutants in their ranks. False choice. Destroy the AI. I like this a lot. It begins on the other side of the... facing the other side, okay. He still sounds like a mutant. This ability is still a little too strong for my taste. He's almost dead. Let me see if I can make him... yeah. I don't think he ever does that. I think the smash will work on any other location. Oh, okay, so if you're in range of the smash, he just comes to you and smashes you. Okay, now we have probably seen all of the attacks. Let's leave. Let's leave. I don't care what happens. Now, if you know this is the same choice as the other one, you'll leave the shuttle without killing the alien and then the alien will try and come and destroy you while boarding. After patching through the radar, relay information in short, okay. Ida and Claudia needed to urge everyone to the shuttle to depart to Earth. Everyone raced towards the launching bay, but the rest of the group had problems catching up due to their injuries. Dylan came up next to them. Near leaping through Alp, Dalton fired at the alien while Ulf and Sebo lifted Alp to carry him to the rest of the way. The alien Sabotaged the bridge and cut Mr. Lime to several bloody pieces, but it's okay, I don't really like him anyway. Claudia jumped forward to take on the alien itself, providing cover fire. Anyway, the alien spewed acid at Claudia, and Claudia Armor helped her, but she was burned in several places. And then Ida called for Neyreyan's arrest. This is the part of the game that doesn't make any sense. I saved everyone about 10 times or more, because every attack on the reactor was defended by mostly me and my turrets. And I did discuss for safety in getting people to the shuttle. You wanted to stay in the ship that came to us. You remember, you sent me alone again. I hope they fix some of this dialogue and some of this, because we basically were sent out to do everything on our own, and after we finish everything, we're still blamed for nonsense like this. The rift split the group into those who are simply content to be alive and those who call for accountability. What are they even talking about? This is just nonsense. But single alien cell rests on the shuttle. That to order. This is not a shuttle, this is a proper spaceship, and again, they should really look at the dialogue, because it's kind of ruining some of the immersion and the other stuff. So yeah, you escape, but you have an alien cell with you, so you do have to destroy the alien as it is. Now, you probably want to read most of this anyway, because some text does change. Let me see if we can get... Let me see if we can get again to that part. Lau, of course, will not make it. So, I believe the game was meant to be a lot more, how should I put it, reactive to the player's action. Maybe the alien should have attacked in other places as well. Maybe there should have been more options to help some people and keep them alive. I don't know. Seems like you could have done more for the people over there, not just a quest. Because the part of the grid as a new employee. Okay. Because some of the design choices kind of imply that you have to keep everyone safe, so they make it to the ship, but only during the final mission can they actually get killed or something. But seems like the developers had a lot more plans on this, so you probably have to help everyone on the... Maybe they don't actually make it to the ship if you don't do their quests, I don't know. Definitely there's a lot of room to expand this mechanic as well, to keep everyone safe and to do their quests. I was kind of expecting to do a escort quest or something in the end, where we have, let's say, 3 or 4 people with us kind of blasting through the alien ranks. But I guess I like it how it is right now, even, because they didn't really they didn't probably have time to implement all of the mechanics they wanted to implement, and it feels like the game was cut a little short after you go for the train, or no, after B07, the floor with the train. It feels like the game was cut a little short. There could have been more stuff. By the way, if you go and speak with Tao, I'll actually show you that option next. It's not an option, it's the lack of an option, to be more precise. Yes, Wolf. Okay, this is the guy that died. And that's all the text you have for him. I guess the worst outcome in this case is not only the alien cell in your ship, but Claudia was hurt. But it doesn't seem to change much over here, just she has permanent scars. And that's the only characters that have a different story ending if you choose to do it like this. Yeah, this feels like it was kind of like the Fallout system, where after you finish Fallout 1 or 2, you would get a recap of what happened to the settlements. I especially like the settlement, I think it was in Fallout 2, yeah. where you had to restore power to the mutant nuclear power plant, but only a little bit. If you restore too much of it, if you had it improved, they would actually get overrun by the Enclave. Or something or like that, or the NCR, so you just had to help them not blow up the power plant. Yes, okay, I know. I guess you can read all about this again. Here's the last one, yes, finally. So let's say load this save file. I don't know, there are a lot of plot holes that I mentioned a few of them along the way, but I think there are about, I don't know, 20 plot holes that haven't been resolved and things that should have been explained or shown to the player. But I guess it's okay, it's a finished game, it has more content than many of the games released these days anyway. We're actually going to take this exit from here. And I kind of like the way the game evolves, because in the beginning you're so confused about what to do, where to go, how to play the game, how to continue playing the game. Too many locations, too many enemies, too much equipment, too many research, but then everything just clicks together so nicely in the end. They don't actually have a cell for him, they only have a little place over here. Just hold up in the office, not the office, I don't know what this is. Go ahead and go now, I'm just counting the minutes until I get my revenge. Yeah. Spoiler alert, you'll not get any revenge. So the developers have a lot of room for improvement, and they can also do a lot of things. For example, they could actually help us use his sword because it's only a quest item, but if the developers ever make a DLC, probably the DLC would be over here, because this is another plot hole that was never really resolved. Because they say they will repair the elevator, and I really wish they would have repaired the elevator. So this could be a DLC, and you could just play it from before the end game point. So basically you reload your save file before you go for the tech headquarters, and then you just get over here and you will have, let's say, the DLC could have 5 more levels to the game, 5 more mining levels, or I don't know, research stuff or other stuff. And you could have just 1 more or 2 more weapons, a few more armor sets and stuff. This would be a great idea for a DLC, because it's, again, one of the plot holes that was never really resolved. I mean, if you had resources in that mine, you should definitely go and collect them. Also, that's where a boss creature came from, but that was a boss creature you had to fight with your friends. I guess they could just make a better version of that boss fight, or a better looking and bigger and nastier alien. Or not alien, mutant from that creature, and then... yeah, that would work as well. They already have a lot of... how should I put it? They already have a lot of equipment that was not really supposed to be given to the player this easily or this fast. So I guess you can just rebalance the whole thing. Now, this is the best option and probably the one that I'll stick with, and this will be the true ending for me. We destroy the robot, we destroy the alien, and we live with everyone. I guess it's still a good option to accept the help of the AI, but in that case, we become stranded on Titan, and it's not a good idea to leave the AI robot either, because he'll just experiment more on ourselves, the alien DNA, and probably he'll create, I don't know, it's not safe to leave the AI turned on, because you cannot really kill it. Okay, we have 2 monsters to destroy. Plus, it feels like another continuation of the game would just be fighting against tech headquarters, because you'd be fighting... I don't know, yeah, they could have... that would be a great idea. So in Subterrain 2, they could just make it turbines like this, where you actually go to another colony, and there you can face the mutants that you faced on here, face the alien life forms, but the aliens, the proper aliens, not the dust aliens, the proper aliens that have a solid body, and also the tech employees who are there to stop you or do... yeah, that would be such a great game where you have to deal with 3 factions, 3 threats, plus evolving your own camp, your own character, and maybe actually making peace with the aliens, kind of defeating the corporate idiots, kind of becoming the leader of the mutants and kind of solving the problems of the colony. That would be a great design for a new game. I just hope the game sells enough. So yeah, we'll destroy the AI because it's not really shown what happens after they leave with the spaceship, but I don't think this AI will be trusted. Plus it represents the will of the corporates. Probably they want to experiment more on the mutants, the aliens, and ourselves as well. Plus they also have access to this design. I'm pretty sure if you destroy the AI, nobody will have access to his design. So that's also another problem. This thing is super strong no matter how you look at it. So yeah, even without the mutants, the AI still could create a private army of robots like this. For androids is the better choice of words. That's blood over there? Yeah, I guess it does bleed red, which kind of is another thing to be suspicious of because it's bleeding red. I guess this, well, I guess it's not really red, it's another color. This is another sign of suspicion that the android might be made with human, I don't know, with human parts or with mutated parts. Just... also it's damaged by its own fire. That was a very strong attack, I like that. It doesn't seem to heal much. Yeah, I suspect the Titanium has a lot of gruesome stories behind it as well. Because it's probably made with nanobots that are taken from the mutants. You battle the alien life form. So yeah, this is, in my opinion, the true ending, at least for my game, the one that I choose. Meaning we come over here with the shuttle, we destroyed the AI, but we also destroyed the alien. Poor alien. Didn't know what he was getting into. Virus you low on HPO because of the fracture. Yeah, I guess it does tend to give you a lot of fractures. I guess you can eat a drink and then activate one of the medkits. Yeah, that should be enough. And I already collected this one, so it doesn't actually give me anything when I read it again. Let's just start again, see? Oh, so you probably want to read this. Also, another plot point is what's up with the tree on Titan, because if you read all of the notes, I didn't find the Way of Fury issue number 1, so I still have to look for the Way of Fury issue number 1. I guess you have to look everywhere, maybe, I don't know, this is probably one of the more annoying ones. The Tree of Titan, was it spontaneous? Because it was clearly made with nanobots as well. And what happens if you just leave it over there? Because it can clearly influence some people, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, there are a lot of plot points that probably will be addressed in the DLC or maybe never. But I like the game. I like the game as it is. Really surprising what they did with that. I guess we have one more shot of the X body spray. got a lot of extra turns. Yeah, this makes the game a little too easy. You just auto-fire on the alien a lot of times. Even though we're not really doing a lot of damage, still it hurts the enemy, the AI. The data adaptive alien. Wait, did it ever use its fire attack? Let's wait until it uses its fire attack. I don't think we showed off the fire attack. How it damages it when it does that? I don't think it will use its fire attack. Come on, use another attack, you silly little alien. Okay, it does have a fire attack. I just don't want to use it now. Oof, goes the alien. Okay. And the tech I needed to be destroyed. Deal with the life form alien. Running battle. And if injuries that but nothing stands in the way, so it was a surge of glorious triumph. Staying on Titan was not an option. The immediate threat was gone and either Claudia needed to urge everyone to the shuttle to depart for Earth. Either remarked on the adrenaline levels and the injured that needed attention, but agreed that to move beyond that until everyone was safely on the shuttle. Couldn't be 100% safe, however, even though all major threats have been destroyed. Several mutant creatures wander the moon's surface, and they are out for blood. Yes, because if you choose to fight the AI, then the creatures will be out of control. If you choose to help the AI, it will destroy the creatures on its own and take control of the terraforming nanobots. So that kind of assumes that if you join up with the AI, you will be able to terraform the planet, because the nanobots that were terraforming the planet will resume their duty. But now, they're just a lot of mutants that wander the moon's surface, and they're out for blood. Plus, it's not very clear if they will not wander to the meteor again, because they didn't really say what happened to the meteor. The meteor could be just making its own alien hive at this point. I don't know, there are a lot of options that can possibly be a DLC. Yeah. The monumental nature of what was accomplished could not be understated, however. Yeah, it's a good idea to go away from here. The view from the Badlands Watchtower was not the most beautiful thing ever. Lush, okay. Laughter from every resident of Camp Hygiene echoed, filling the dreams with a sense of euphoria, okay. Dreams were again a place to find peace, a welcome change since awakening from the cryostasis pod. Now the group just had to survive the journey to Earth in one piece. And it probably will survive it. Unless a DLC happens. I think this is the same as the second ending, because everyone will be safe and we are in the ship. I don't think there's any point in going through all of the dialogue again, but I'll just go through it just in case you want to read it, or just in case you think something else changed. I couldn't notice anything that was changed over here. I just wish I could speed it up. But I guess you can discuss the game a little more. As you can see, this game is so good, I don't know how to say it. It definitely feels unbalanced and it's definitely not finished in terms of optimization and some other stuff. Definitely has a lot of bugs that can really get you stuck, but overall you can just reload your game. Most of the mechanics are underutilized, but still so good. So good. And most of the mechanics could definitely be expanded on, but I liked it. Now you do have a lot of secret weapons that are actually not going to be useful to you, because even if you take the weapons, you don't have the bonuses from their respective trees. Meaning if you don't have the bonuses from the rifle or from the pistol trees, those weapons are not so good. And ultimately the endgame weapons will be either your rifle, your pistol, a two-handed weapon, or a one-handed weapon. I mean a melee weapon. And as for armor choices, you do have armor choice between the wolf armor set, which is very good to the point where you don't even need to craft the final armor set, but the final armor set offers a lot more protection, and it's also kind of funny to read the way it was designed, the helmet of headbutting. Yeah, and so on. So yeah, the game is great. I really hope to see more from the developers. I really want to see this game expanded, and I really hope the developers will manage to balance it out. They were speaking mostly about a way to have control over the difficulty settings, but I don't like that. I think I'm a big believer in a game that have only one difficulty setting. And if they have more difficulty settings, they have to balance even more difficulty settings, so I don't know. I hope they'll just tie up some loose ends and they'll balance the difficulty so it makes more sense. The progression is more uniform, meaning you should struggle until the very last moment. Otherwise you'll just think the game is too easy, and when you get to the last part, some people are actually stuck on the last part, because after you leave Camp Hygiene there's no way to go back, and if you don't have enough healing items, if you don't have the best armor, the best weapons, then you really will suffer through the last fights. Especially if you don't have a rifle. If you don't have a rifle, that last fight with the alien and the android will really be annoying. Yeah, I don't know, it seems like the flamethrower... I have a few more videos to make about the game, and if they change the game in a manner that I'm satisfied with, I'll play it again with a two-handed melee build. Because a one-handed melee build is tanky and it has more chances of survival than the two-handed. The two-handed will definitely be the hardest way to play the game. Especially with how hard it is to get good gear in the beginning of the game, and by that I mean supplies, I mean armor, I mean grenades. We'll have to use grenades if we are going to go with the two-handed weapon build. Yeah, I'm really curious how hard it will be. Great game. This is what it means to make an indie game that is great. Nothing to complain about. All I'm saying is just they could improve the systems they already have, but otherwise I'm completely satisfied with the game, with my time invested in it. It's only 20 euros. For 20 euros I got basically 50 hours of gameplay out of it. Probably I would have got 30 hours if I was playing alone for myself, but even as it is, it's pretty good. Also got 30 out of the 31 achievements. The last achievement is to collect all of the ID tags. And like I said, I think you have to play the game multiple times to do it. I don't know. Great product overall. This is what I mean. Indie games that actually help the industry. So worth the price. You have a lot of content in it. You have a lot of options, multiple endings. What more can you ask for? So yeah, this is what a perfect indie game looks like. Again, it still has a lot of room for improvement, and if it improves a lot, I'll play it again.